Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing an update for my Pan and Every palette. I can't talk today. I have tried to film this intro about 8 times and I can't get past the first minute. So we're just going to roll with it now, however it turns out. Hopefully I can speak English like an adult. So yeah, I am working on 5 palettes at the moment. I've had one update already. So I've had my intro and an update. So this is my second update. I'm going to try and update a bit more regularly. Yeah, been a bit slack, but life's busy and it don't really matter, does it? It's fine. So I'm using the Wheel of Names random generator, which I used initially to select my first 5 palettes. Once I hit pan in one of the palettes, I can then roll that out, spin the wheel and replace it with a new palette. It's including any palette that's got more than one pan. Otherwise it wouldn't be a palette, would it? So even like my duos, trios, quads, it can be eyeshadows, it can be face palettes. Have I got lip? I don't think I've got lip palettes in there. I don't think I have. But eyeshadows, yeah, blushes, highlighter palettes, anything like that. As long as it's got 2 pans or more, it's included in. And yeah, so these are the palettes that I've had from the last selection. So what I'll do, I'm just going to work through, let you know how I'm getting on, what my thoughts are, if I'm loving it, if I'm hating it. And I'll tell you already, there will be some switch outs today. I'm not about forcing myself to use makeup that I don't like. So if I've given it a fair bash, you know, and I've tried it and I just don't like it, whether it's the colour, the formula or whatever, then obviously I can just make that informed choice then to declutter it. I'll just pop it back in for a later date. I've got so many palettes. I want to be able to get through them all and I don't want to be stuck having something in this project that I'm just never going to reach for, and then instead I could be using something else and getting more use out of my makeup. So the first one I have is the Tatty Beauty Volume 1 Textured Neutrals palette. I bought this when it first released and I paid all my import taxes and everything. I really wanted it. I just watched so many reviews on it from when they were sent out early to all the girls like on the PR lists and things, and it is a beautiful palette. The quality is so nice. I haven't hit pan yet on any of the shades. So originally, so this is what it looks like if you haven't seen it before, but I'm sure you have. It's such a shame that she won't be making any more palettes because the formulas are really nice and they're very pigmented. So I was originally focusing on this matte shade here called Soothe, and there is quite a dip in it. I've done quite well. However, more recently, just because of the whole palettes I've got, I've kind of been forced into my sort of comfort zone, which I now realise, and I certainly do have a comfort zone, and it is just for these kind of like shimmery, neutrally shades here. So I have kind of been working on Soothe and Aura on the metallic row, which is this and this. I'll do a little swatch. You can see I've made a bit of a dent in them. And then, yeah, and still quite a bit of a dent in here. I've also been starting to pop this colour here into my crease, which is a really lovely shade. I've never really sort of thought about using burgundies before, but it's so pretty. But so Soothe, this is the matte shade Soothe. It's a lovely shade there, as you can see. And then we've got Soothe Metallic, Aura Metallic. So this is the Aura. This is the Soothe, and then also this plummy one here, which is in the shade, what's it called? Is that Poet? This is honestly, you only need a tiny bit, but it is really lovely. So those are kind of like the ones I'm working on in this palette. Super reflective. And I've actually been mixing the 2 metallics together as well sometimes. Sometimes this on its own is a bit too icy and this is just a little bit too golden, but together they make a really nice thing. So yeah, I'm going to keep this in. I really want to hit pan, and I don't know how deep these pans are, but I feel I could hit pan in one of the metallic shades, hopefully by the next update. But it cost me so much money, this palette. And yeah, I bought it myself and I really want to just get a bit more love out of it rather than putting it back. So yeah, I'm going to keep this in and continue to work on that. I'm half organised today. I've got a little flannel here so I can clean my hand in between. check me out. I'm never organised, but that's slightly organised, and then I can get the eyeshadows off there. So yeah, we're going to keep that in. I haven't hit pan yet, but I'm enjoying working on it. So yeah, it can stay. The next palette is from Tarte. And this is the Clay Play Must Haves. It's an Iron Cheek palette. Smells amazing. I always say, it just smells of vanilla. Tarte always make gorgeous smelling palettes. So here we go. I'm still using this, but I think my use has fallen off a little bit. So I've been focusing on this shade here, which again is a really nice transition shade. It's a really lovely colour. The formula's very smooth, very silky, and it's a really nice matte. So it's nice. I've also been using the blushes a bit, but I forgot about the blusher recently, to be honest. What I did do one day, I put this all over my lids and sort of quite high up towards my brow, and then I just patted I used the bronzer in the crease, and then I patted a little bit of the highlighter over the lid, and it looked really pretty. And I thought, oh, you could actually probably just travel just with this by itself. I've just knocked the little cover sheet out. Don't know where it's gone. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I thought you could probably just travel with that for a weekend. I haven't really gone into the other colours very much at all, but they are really lovely. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on plodding on with this, and I'm sure I will get there. If nothing else, it's gorgeous just opening up and sniffing it. But yeah, I need to just reach for it a bit more often, but it is really lovely, and I'm enjoying that. Now, the next one, which is from, I think it's one of my original drawers as well, still in, is the Winterberry palette, and this is from Coastal Scents. 12 individual shadows. They're like magnetic, so you can sort of switch them about. And honestly, guys, I'm just not feeling this at all. I did try to use this a bit as a liner, this shade here, which is quite nice. This has got quite a good dip on, but honestly, I've just not reached for it. And I think I'm just going to put it back in to my collection and just switch it out and bring something else. I considered whether I wanted to declutter it or not, and I don't think I do, but if I pull it out again, I'll need to actually add it into the wheel one because it's going back in. So if I pull it back out, then we'll try and work on it a little bit more, or work on it differently, use it more, focus more as eyeliners, or maybe try and get like maybe an inner corner highlight with something like this. But yeah, so that's getting switched out. Just not made any progress at all. Next one that we had was the Style London palette in the shade Devil. I got this in a GLOSSYBOX. This was way out my comfort zone. So here we go. And again, I haven't hit pan at all. It's a bit of an unusual colour. So I'm definitely more of a shimmer wearer. So the shimmers are just, it doesn't look too, well, you can see it's just a bit, it's either too orange or just too pink. I did sort of then use like a fluffier brush and just do quite a light sort of light dusting over my lid, and then used this one in the crease, which was quite nice. But to be honest, guys, I'm actually going to declutter it. It would never be one that I would reach for. And if I did need like a bolder colour, I've got like a nice plummy shade and things in my Tatty palette, which I'd rather go for over this. There's nothing unique enough about this to make me want to keep it. So yeah, I'm going to declutter. So that's going to be another palette I need to roll in. So yeah, bye-bye to that. And then finally, I was almost going to keep that one, you know, but it's going. It's going. I have the Sofia Mabel, and this is a little sample quad from the Aphrodite palette. So there is a full-size palette by this, and literally I couldn't make it look nice at all on my eyes. Let me just get rid of these other swatches here first. I thought I'd be able to do something with it, but literally nothing. But this is a shimmer colour. I didn't like it on me. It's just very pink and even with this, trying to use this as a an outer sort of corner colour, it's just, I don't know, it just wasn't very nice. And yeah, so it's not for me. This is actually getting decluttered as well, but it's actually a useful process because at least I'm sort of rotating through my palettes and seeing what I like and what I don't. But I am not going to keep those in, trying to hit pan. It would take me more than a year probably, and in which case I've got other nicer palettes being sat up there, not being used at all, because I very rarely reach for any of my other palettes. I'm really trying to focus on the palettes I've got in projects. So yeah, I've got too many nice things that I want to use. So these 3 are going out. So I need to spin the wheel and get 3 new palettes, which is really exciting. So I have got my wheel here. So are we ready to hit it? Let's see what we get. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, agree. Yes, I agree. What have we got? We have got the MUA Luxe Strobe and Glow Highlight Kit. So that sounds like a highlighter palette. I'm just doing a screenshot so I don't miss out on that. Oh, I think I actually know which one that is. Okay, and then, so let's remove that. So that's number 1. At least it's a face palette rather than just being an eyeshadow palette. Number 2 is the Wonder Beauty Trip for 2 Blush and Bronzer. I'm actually working on a single bronzer of the same palette. Oh, gosh. Oh, well, it's in. Oh, do I spin? I'm actually going to spin again because I'm already working on something in that already. I'll show you in a minute what that was. So I'm going to spin again for that. Here we go. Let's go again. I can make my own rules up, by the way, and change them. So, oh, Coastal Scents Winter Berry. No. No, that's just gone back in. That is literally what we've just had. That's hilarious. I'm sure these are meant to have been removed afterwards. Gosh, this is a disaster. I've only got one so far. The Beauty Crop Espresso Yourself. Yes, actually, I know that's quite a nice little palette. I've used that. I want to get something I've never used before. I'm going to remove that. And here we go, final one. Hopefully we get something really good. The Balm Nuditude. Do you know, these are all palettes I have already used. That's fine. That's the way it goes. Screenshot that. Remove it. Okay, so let's just come out of there. Let me get my little pictures so I can make sure I'm pulling out the right products. This is so funny. Okay, right, first of all, we've got, bear with me, I'm going to pause here and I'm going to be back in 2 ticks. Okay. So the first one that we had was the MUA Strobe and Glow Highlight Kit, which is here, the MUA Strobe and Glow Highlight Kit. Oh, guys. Well, it says right for never decluttering. So here's what we have. We've got a highlighter on the top, which is like that. It's brand new. So the highlighter looks like, wow. And then, oh, the bottom's a cream highlighter. Okay, oh, that's really soft. Okay, we might be able to do this if I dig my finger in enough. And that's, oh, okie dokie. This is going to be interesting. I will be back in a month updating this for sure. So there's that. And then the next one that we sort of came in. Oh, I just want to show you quickly. There was the Wonder Beauty Trip for 2. And the reason why I respun, this is it here. And it's got the, Oh, I should have kept it maybe. The blush is really nice. It's got a blusher and a bronzer. However, I'm working on, as you can see here, I've got like the Trip for Two bronzer, which I'm working on in one of my project pans. And it's the same bronzer as in this, obviously, it's just like the little bronzer pack. So, yeah, so I put that back in. But you never know, I might get that another time. I forgot how nice that blusher was. I should have probably just kept it, but never mind. So what we did get was the Beauty Crop Espresso Yourself. I think I got this one from Birchbox. I think I used some of my Birchbox credits to get this. And it's actually a really nice palette. And I haven't got pan in it yet, but they're really small pans. And this puts me really in my comfort zone because look at this. This has me all over it. It's just, there's a row of mattes at the top. There's a few mattes at the bottom, but there's so many shimmers in here. There's, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shimmers out of there. This has already got a really big dip in it. It's so reflective. So definitely, I'm probably going to try and just focus on this. It's quite similar to what's in my Tatty palette, but this is just like my real comfort zone. So that's it there, that'll probably work on. But we'll have a look and see. And there's some really nice things. You never know, I might be able to get a couple of pans with a bit of luck, but I'm really happy to have this. It's a great little palette. And pan size are, so each of the pans are only 0.8 grams in a pan. Yeah, and there's 21 shades. It just says, inspired by our favourite Hug in a Mug, we've created a delicious collection of wearable eyeshadows formulated with coffee extract. Rich in caffeine and antioxidants, coffee extract reduces puffiness and dark circles around the eyes, whilst its antioxidants brighten and tighten the skin. I don't think this works as an eyeshadow there. But anywho, it goes on and just talks a little bit about that. But it's just a fab little palette, isn't it? Me. So me. I'm so happy. So happy. And then the final palette I've got, again, I'm just delighted. I haven't looked in these yet. I think I might have pan. If not, I'm close. And this is the Balm Nude Tude palette. This was kindly sent to me by by Michelle, aka Lightning Lass as she was, now has a massive channel as an Elvis fan. She's like an Elvis fan page, and she's now called Elvis Lass. So if you love Elvis, go check her out. But hugely successful channel. It's gone mad. I'm so pleased for her. But yeah, anyway, Michelle kindly sent me this one time. And oh, I haven't hit pan, but I'm really close to hitting pan. And again, it's just me all over it. I've almost hit pan again. I'm so predictable in this shade here, but this pinky shade looks really nice as well, and that's fairly new. So the Standoffish is the one I've almost hit pan in. And again, it's just that typical one that I like. That's it here, really nice. And there's this pinky one called Stubborn. What's this like? Oh, that's quite nice. It's a bit more of a satin. So yeah, and oh no, there's a few mattes as well. But yeah, a really, really lovely palette. So I'm delighted. I really feel that next time that I'm going to have pan, because a bit sad this time not having any pans to show you, because I do love hitting pan. It's such a thrill. But I will be back. I'm going to try and this is the beginning of the month, obviously. I'm going to try and come back at the beginning of next month. So let's just remind ourselves of what we've got to work on. So we're going to continue on the Tatty Beauty palette, continue on the Tarte palette. I'm making headway, but then I feel these two I'm definitely going to be able to hit pan on by next time. So we've got the Espresso Yourself and the Nude Tude palette there. And then this one's going to be a bit more challenging, but at least I'm going to see if I like the formula. So I've got a cream highlighter, a powder highlighter, and that is the MUA Luxe Strobe and Glow Highlight Kit. A bit reflective, it's hard to show you. Yeah, that's the best I'm going to get to show you it. Oh my goodness. But we'll have a look and see. That's the back of it there. And if I don't like it, I just want to try this one. If I'm not getting on with it, I will probably declutter that. But at least then I've tried it and it'll be on my collection. So that's pretty successful. Cool. So that is everything. I ramble so much. Thank you for coming back and watching and supporting my channel as always. If you have enjoyed this and you'd like to see more, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Please just share my video if you can, and recommend me to your friends if you think they'll like my channel. But yeah, otherwise have a lovely day whatever you're doing, and take care, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.